planned to do this speech last week, and I didn't know I was set up for this week, so I didn't plan it out. All right, good afternoon, Toastmasters. So like I said, the name of my speech is the person I want to be. I know in the past I've had some kind of shaky speeches and like it wasn't all serious. It was stuff like Dixie. I did that speech for the Corewide speaking contest, and it had a little bit of seriousness in it, but most of it was kind of funny, something that a lot of people can relate to, especially if you're from the South. This one's a little different in the fact that I want to grab you, I want to grab your attention while I'm up here for this short 5 to 7 minute period. I want to kind of challenge you, try to be a better person. Kind of look past your time here at the Citadel, look past the time you had in high school, and look more towards the future. So first, the person I want to be, the man that I want people to look at me and imagine. How many people can raise your hand here today and say that you're the same person you were in high school? All right, how many people can say that you've changed very little? See, not any of us, because we're always changing. This is always a changing environment. But are you changing for the good? Is it something that you can sit down and think to yourself, hey, I did this in high school, but this is what I'm doing now while I'm here at the Citadel. Is that better or is it worse? Has anybody ever even stopped to think about that? Stopped to think about how you're changing? I was actually thinking about it just the other day. As a senior, we get mentees. We become mentors. We step up to that stage to where we're now developing some other person. It's not just you anymore. It's not the people that's looking at you that can kind of see you doing something bad, but you literally have somebody's future that you can mold to the way you want. So kind of here's my first point. You need to always strive to be better. I have 2 mentees this year. Yes, I am a private, but I still hold them to standards. I hold myself to standards. Everybody knows the Corewide, regimental privates, no shine brass, no shine shoes. You look like crap consistently. But no, that's not how the standard should be. You should always strive to be better. And that's what I'm trying to instill in my mentees. So whenever they get to that point, and even if they're not regimental commander, and they're that measly little private like I am, they're always striving to be something. Because when they leave this place, you want to leave them with something that they can cherish and hold on to. Because this 4 years is nothing but a drop in the bucket when you look at the rest of your life. Average lifespan these days is roughly around 80 years. Who knows, by the time we get there, it might be 100. So these 4 years compared to that 80 years, you've got this 1 year, or for me, I've got this 1 year to take these 2 mentees and develop them into something. To make them think that the standard, like the standard for the PT test, that 180, is not their standard. Their standard is to get that 300 because they can do better and because they deserve better from themselves. I want them to go out into the future and think, all right, so my boss wants this, but I can perform at a level much higher than that. I want to put that extra time in, that extra work, just so I can show them and to prove to myself that I'm better than that. I'm worth more than that. Next, setting the example. This is big, especially in the military. Missionary, joiner, myself, we can all relate to this because that's the number one thing that our leaders look at us and ask us, are you setting the example? When you go out there for PT, can you keep up? Whenever you go out there and push, are you able to keep up? And if you say you can't, then what's the problem? You're not setting yourself to a high enough example to where you can go out there and push your men or push your women to the standard that they need to meet, but you can't even do it yourself. It makes you look bad. It starts to tarnish your name. Because at the end of the day, if you have nothing, if you have your contract taken, if you don't have a house, you don't have food, you don't have friends, all that's left to you is your name. And that's what you need to cherish, and you need to build upon that. I was raised in a small town, so one person hears my name. At the time, it was Jeff West. But one person hears that name, I want them to think of something good. I don't want them to think, oh, it's that hoodlum that's running around causing ruckus, breaking windows and stuff. I want them to think, that's a good gentleman. That's a good kid. He's going to make something of himself. He's going to grow up and he's going to be a big leader. He has potential to do whatever he wants. Finally, last but not least, like I said, I've done touched on strive to be something better and set the example. The last one, you need to always step up, be that person. My favorite quote actually comes out of the Bible, Isaiah 6:8. I used it as my senior quote, used it on my quote on the board. It goes like this. And the voice of the Lord said, who should I send? Who will go for us? And I said, here I am, take me. For me, when I'm wanting to instill in my mentees, they should always stand up. And it's not standing up like today. The slot for a speech was open. Not just standing up saying, hey, yeah, I'll do the speech, or hey, yeah, I'll volunteer a little bit. But standing up for the small guy. Standing up for that person who doesn't have anything, who's not as privileged as we are, and letting them know that, hey, you're going to be something. If you strive and you work hard, just like I do every day, you're going to be something. So to wrap this up, next time you're down in Charleston, so you look into the mirror, you look into the glass at all the merchandise, I want you to focus in a little bit. Focus in on that reflection looking back at you. I want you to ask yourself, is that the person that you want to look back at you? Are you happy with that reflection? And if you're not, maybe it's time for a change. But if you are, strive to be that person, that leader, not just for you, but for everybody watching. Thank you.